Alright, everybody, welcome back to the Forgotten City. If you remember, that last episode was a banger. Let me open my quest here. I want to find... Our only leads are these plaques. And, we gotta find them. So let's start with Aurelia. Find out about Kabosh. I just sent Galerius to do something that wasn't to save those people, but it doesn't really matter now because we got other tasks to do now.
You, Sisyphus, attack or pursue the stone.
Oh man, here we go. We gotta wait for them to talk.
Livia, would you stop muttering like Medea over a cauldron? You'll scare away
This
my
is ridiculous. Why do we have to wait on this?
Bad.
Bad programming. Are we being punished? Like we're really reliving this life over and over, so we're being punished to be patient? There we go.
Oh, you're here. I'm so glad you decided to visit. I'm Aurelia.
Skip.
And, you're not.
Skip. Not interested, sorry.
Oh, I see. Let's just forget
Okay.
that.
Looking for Kabosh. Have you seen him?
Not for a few weeks now. Last time I saw him, he was sitting at a table with Georgius, whispering about some job.
Huh.
I remember because they kept looking over their shoulders as if they didn't want anyone else to know. So, naturally, I hovered.
Huh.
The one word I kept hearing was vanishing. And then, the next day, Kabosh just disappeared. Coincidence? I think not.
Okay.
All right. See ya.
Huh. That's interesting. Let's ask Georgius. Interesting. Alright, everybody. I zoomed over here to Georgius. Let's ask him about Kabosh. Man, collecting these plaques are gonna suck.
My friend.
I'm looking for Kabosh, and I heard you were one of the last people to see him.
I knew this day would come. I do not wish to lie to you, my friend, but even discussing this matter is dangerous. Please, let us leave the live coals safely beneath us.
You can trust me. We foreigners have to stick together.
Very well, but the magistrate would not look kindly upon this, so please keep it to yourself.
Okay.
For several months now, I have been sneaking out at night to worship the gods of my ancestors in the temple of Demeter. Each day, I leave offerings of food in the hope that we may have a bountiful harvest, and yet the next day when I return, the food is missing.
How's that a problem?
The offering, it is symbolic, you see. It is never eaten. So I ask, who or what is devouring the food in this temple? Stranger still. Once I sat in front of my shop like the 100-eyed Arbus until dawn to see if I could spot a thief going in. But do you know what I saw?
I have no idea.
Nothing. Nobody entered. And yet when I went to take a look, my offering was gone. It is bizarre, is it not? When I told my friend Kabosh of this at the tavern, he offered to help investigate. He went in, and to my dismay, he was never seen again.
Huh. I'm off to the Temple of Demeter then.
I do not think you should pursue this, my friend. It would break my heart to be responsible for two people disappearing. But you do not strike me as a kind of person to be deterred by such
You're
warnings.
right.
So just be careful, I beg you.
Alright. Where's the Temple of Demeter? There we go. That helps. Oh, it's back over here. Did I ever see this temple?
Help! You have to do something. You. Thank you.
What?
The assassin can stay there. I'm not interested. Here we go. This is the Temple of Demeter. A Greek statue, probably of the goddess to whom this temple is dedicated. Perhaps a local Greek resident knows more about her. Oh, we know that for sure. A Greek vase painted with people in geometric shapes. Is it trashed in here? Oh. I guess he never bothered going back here. Got the bow ready. Looks like someone has been through here recently. Yes, it does. And so Kabosh is down here. I'm using Skyrim Assassin mode. Oh, look, the game has to load. Boy, I had to sit here for like a minute, and this thing's still not loaded up real good. It just froze on me. Look at this crap. What is it? What is it? What is so hard about it rendering a new area? So stupid. I'm gonna shoot this dude when I find him. Where is he? Oh, I don't care. A lyre. A Greek lyre played with... Okay. This dude's making me mad. Man, it's a deep cave system. So he's just been stealing this dude's food and eating it. And he's just hiding down here. Like a little weasel. Man, this dude's a pain. There he is.
Welcome, welcome. May I ask your name?
Bill.
It's a sincere
Billy
pleasure
Bob
to meet you.
Boyle.
Tell me, what brings you all the way down?
I'm Bill Billington Billsborough. I'm looking for a plaque that was moved from the obelisk.
Ah, yes, that cursed thing. I know exactly where it is. I will tell you everything I know, but first, a request. I have been living down here alone for many years, with nobody to talk to but myself.
Oh.
The one thing I long for above all else before I die is a good philosophical
Ugh.
with somebody astute. I'm hoping that person
I don't
is you.
feel like
Let
talking
us
about
find out
philosophy
the
with
simple
you.
question. Have you deduced the name of the god responsible for the golden rule?
Yes, Pluto.
Excellent. I see you are indeed quite astute. Very few come to that realization before their time in the sun is over. Now, will you join me in a friendly Socratic dialogue?
I don't want to, but yeah.
Wonderful. Then let me begin with a question. Would you say you know the difference between right and wrong?
I'm not sure. It's a complex question.
You are an overthinker too. We're the same then. It is probably why I became a philosopher. But if you struggle with right and wrong normally, then down here with the golden rule, surely your struggle can only have become more difficult.
Yep.
Well, that's reassuring. And the truth is, you're not alone. You see, out there in the world, being uncertain about right and wrong was acceptable, because our mistakes rarely had consequences. So we would tell lies and bend rules and turn a blind eye and rationalize, and yet still find a way to think of ourselves as good people. But under the golden rule, morality matters. The slightest wrongdoing could result in a mass execution. So to navigate this maze, we would have to be certain about the difference between right and wrong. Wouldn't you agree?
Of course.
So let me ask you this. Is there one system of morality which is always perfectly correct, which you could follow in every situation and always do the right thing?
No, I don't think so.
Are you sure? Or is it possible that humans simply haven't figured out the right system yet?
I suppose we haven't figured it out yet.
After hundreds of years, and as many great thinkers dedicating their lives to these questions, what hope do we have if our best and brightest haven't been able to answer them?
What's your point?
My point is this. I don't think anyone alive truly knows any hard and fast rules about right and wrong.
Huh. I feel like that's true.
If there is one thing I have observed about rules, it is that virtuous people do not need them, and evil people will always find a way around them. And so we must accept our limitations, and the sad truth that no human society will ever achieve the utopia for which it strives. In mathematics, we would call it an asymptote, a line that can be approached but never reached. Because the only way to create a utopia is with the ever-present threat of force, such as the Golden Rule.
Yep.
This and no other is the root from which a tyrant springs when he first appears as a protector. And life under tyranny is no utopia at all.
I agree.
I'm glad to hear that. In any case, thank you for humoring an old man. I would be happy to answer your questions.
Where can I find Kibosh?
I will tell you, but you may find him hostile. To prepare for your encounter, there are certain things you must know. Very few know this, but before the Romans came to this city, it was once entirely Greek. The architecture, the temples, and the people. When the Romans came, in typical fashion, they claimed it as their own, built over everything that could be built over, and renamed the things that could.
Yeah, that's what they did.
Thus, the shrine of Persephone became the shrine of Proserpine. And when they found an obelisk bearing the name Hades, they tore it off and replaced it with Pluto instead. And the city's dwindling Greek residents, witnessing this compulsive Roman conquest, decided to preserve what they could of their heritage. They gathered their art and valuables, secreted them away through the temple of Demeter, and hid them here, out of reach of the Romans.
Huh.
However, there was one thing that always seemed out of place to me, and it is the very thing you see.
Yep.
An even older plaque bearing an Egyptian inscription.
What did it say?
We had no idea until years later, when the first of my friends began to die. As a result of their deaths, we began to dig catacombs branching off from this cavern to lay them to rest. We extended the tunnel so far that we accidentally discovered another, an even older tunnel, which somebody had gone to great lengths to keep hidden. Suddenly it made sense why there was an out-of-place Egyptian plaque among our people's possessions. You see, we proud Greeks had thought the Romans beasts for stealing and corrupting our heritage. But it turns out this game has been going on much longer than any of us imagined. I think it is best you head through the catacombs and follow Kibosh's trail. There are certain things you must see for yourself. Take this key. You'll need it to open the gate.
Okay. Let's finish talking to this guy.
You mean, how did I end up living alone in this cave with nothing but these relics of the past for company? It's a long story.
Let's listen.
I was a quarrelsome young man. At 19, I left Corinth for Rome to study rhetoric at one of her finest academies, so I could argue more forcefully. Back then, I used to enjoy verbally sparring with everyone I could, and I was good. One night, I found myself in a tavern, in an argument with a drunk mercenary. It became heated. He drew a gladius, and I won the argument, but lost my life. I woke up on the banks of the Styx at a campfire opposite Karen. Of course, I tried to persuade her to let me return, but even with all my skill, I failed. I settled in, made friends, and learned what I could. quickly realizing our little community faced certain death under the Golden Rule. So I began looking for a place to hide underground. Fortunately, I found this place waiting for me. You see, I was not the first to take refuge here. I returned to my friends above, persuaded them to join me, and 12 of us descended for the last time, to live out our days hidden from Hades too.
Ooh. So, he's been here a long time, longer than, I guess, everybody up top has been.
They are one and the same. The Romans call him Pluto, but long before that, my people called him Hades.
Oh.
My generation was wiped out, turned to gold, many years ago. My friends and I were able to avoid the same fate by hiding.
Oh.
I think it's safest to assume that if I was to return, Hades would realize that his furies hadn't finished the job, and he'd send them after me again.
Oh, that's interesting.
I fear that if you were to utter my name in the city, even by mistake, that Hades would hear you and know I am still alive. I'm afraid I am the only one left. There were 12 of us in the beginning, but one by one, my friends passed away. Some from malnutrition, others from madness and despair. It has been lonely. Before my unexpected visit from Kabash some weeks ago, I'd not seen another person in many, many years.
Wow.
Living in darkness is not without its challenges. The first challenge is diet. Fortunately, I found that eating fresh fish provides most of the nutrients I need. And sometimes, when there are Greek people living up above, I surface at night and salvage the offerings they've left in the temple of Demeter.
Well, there goes the
greater
food.
challenge is the isolation. So I like to imagine arguments, where I argue both sides. But, like so many things in life, arguments are better with a partner. As you wish.
Ooh, I see. Do you know a way out of here?
Ha! If I did, would I be living like this?
Well, I know a way out of here.
Did we not discuss it at length already? I enjoyed.
Man. That's interesting. So, down here, he's completely hidden. So the gold statues won't get him. Because that's where he sleeps, where he fishes. Oh, this is where I need to go anyways. But there was more. What was back behind him?
Ah, you've returned.
Oh, where does this go? Oh, I don't want to go drop down and not come back. We need to go to that gate. But, so I think I'm going to go ahead and end this video here, because that took us some time talking to him. And, we will head into here to find Kabosh in the next episode. Everyone, I want to thank you all so much for watching. Man, this game took a crazy turn when we found out the magistrate's keeping everybody here. He knows about Al. Then we meet this hermit philosopher who's been living here for years hiding. Crazy. But we're going to get down to the bottom of this in future videos. And we're going to finish this game up. It's a really cool game. Really glad I decided to play it for my first game on the channel. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you again so much for watching. And I will see you next time. Later.